Our parents and grandparents tell us to save for a rainy day. If you're a farmer, you're looking for a rainy day. That's why you plant early in the spring and let the rain do its work, because we all need to prepare for rain. It's no different in our business, in the real estate business. Look, we've had a drought for a while now. Take a look at this. In the last 10 years, we've had the lowest sales for the last 2.5 to 3 years that we've had for ever. Well, not ever, since 1995, if you go back that far. And the numbers just came out as of this recording. April was the lowest number of sales of homes since April of 2009. Exactly, right in the middle of the housing crisis. So will that continue though? No, it won't. And when we all know that there's pent up demand for housing, the number of household formations is growing. We've got a whole lot of people shackled to the house that they would love to move out of, but they have that 3% interest rate, and going from 3 to 7 isn't in the cards, but 3 to 5, they can handle that. So soon we will see it rain. And are you prepared? Because it will rain. And part of preparing is getting your systems ready, right? Getting your CRM ready. Use AI as part of your system. It's very, very powerful to follow up with your CRM and keep up with your sphere of influence, your SOPs, right? Your standard operating procedures, your process. If you know you can't handle a certain volume by yourself, well, now's the time to bring in a transaction coordinator. Sure, it costs you money right now, but it'll make you a lot more money when you're freed up to do what you need to do when the rains come. And a lot of things that people, rather, one of the things that people often overlook is their extended team. Your whole team should be helping you sell more homes and helping your buyers get their offers accepted more readily. What's this do for you? Look, here's what it does for you. It saves a ton of time if you don't have to make an offer, get outbid, start the process over, do it again, get outbid, start the process over. And for your buyer, I mean, how much heartache and emotional baggage does that not have them carry, right? If their first offer can get accepted. Now, I know you're an expert at negotiation. That's why you're in the business you're in. And if you're not, you can role play with the expert in your office and you can get better and better at that. But it shouldn't be just on your shoulders. It really shouldn't. Your whole team, your lender, your attorney, your home inspector, everyone should be helping you sell that home as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible. It's just part of your team. So one of the ways that we can do that is I will fully underwrite the buyer's loan before you ever find a contract or find the right house and write the contract. I think that's a big help. We replace the pre-approval letter with a commitment letter, and it says on there they've been fully underwritten, and if we don't close this loan, we agree to pay the buyer and the seller $5,000 each. And if the buyer wants to strengthen their offer even more, they can say, look, if they pay that, I'll give the 5 to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. But that's not enough, right? How many listing agents see that and don't even read it, just flip it over and be like, oh yeah, I got the pre-approval letter, file that away, etc. So I call the listing agent and let them know this is fully approved. This is like shopping with cash. Yes, we need an appraisal and a title report, and title has to be clear, but it's all about the property now because the buyer's already done. And that's pretty strong and tends to have those offers float to the top of the stack if the listing agent is then explaining that to the seller. And then the other thing that I see really kills deals are contingencies. So let's remove them. A VA loan, by the way, should never be contingent. If someone has a VA loan, they want to buy the next home with a VA loan, that should never be contingent on the sale. If it's structured right and your lender knows how to structure a VA loan, that contingency is gone immediately. But what about other types of loans? Well, we can do a bridge loan and pull their equity out of their existing home and remove that existing home from their debt ratio. So it's not even counted. It's like it's already sold. So there is no contingency on the sale of their home. And that bridge loan is going to be very, very important going forward. We can do that. An equity line, if they qualify for both homes, A cheaper option than a bridge loan is to do an equity line on the current home, pull the equity out, put that as your down payment, move, and then list the other home for sale. And then you can always just, a lot of people are going to want to do this, rent their current home. Especially the people who have a 3% interest rate may just opt to rent their current home, and that's perfectly fine too, to remove the contingency altogether. So here's what happens. I've found habits. James Clear, maybe you've read Atomic Habits. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. So small habits make a big impact on your life. And now is the time to create the habit. Now is the time to get this going to where you're talking to your buyers and saying, let's pull the whole team in to make this as strong an offer as possible the first time so you don't lose out, right? And if that's a habit right now, when it's a season of drought, then when the rains come, it's already a habit. It's already part of your standard operating procedure, your SOP. And then we're serving your buyers and your business at the highest level possible. All right, love to talk, and let's prepare for the rain together. And when it rains, let's get ready for a really, really big harvest that's been years in coming.